possibilities, and each one of us can explore. In fact, the program is to make each one of us human. We are humans, but right now our conduct is not as a human being. So this whole program is to see that we have definite conduct, definite human conduct. Yes. And in fact, whatever that has been observed as a reality, that is placed in the form of the proposals. And that's why we are saying verify these proposals on your own right. We'll place the proposals and let the student verify it on their own right. We'll motivate, we'll facilitate them for this. And the same, you can say, process we are having at the workshop. That is how the value education can be. Yes. So, pure practice. Yes. So yes. So, any observation? Just like we had. Yes. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. So I understood today's session. So what are my aspirations and how to fulfill my aspirations? I understood. Best example, what is my aspirations? In that best example, the Ratan Tata, the nano car is released in since 2008. But the car is some people or persons are told that is the cheaper and they're very and their low cost prices are then not fulfill that time the nano cars. In current, the recently was released a new car that is Tiago name also changes. Tiago and daggers and etc. are told. That is the fulfillment. But in since 2008, not fulfilled. That is my aspirations. And now the new cars are new model, new designings that is released recently. That is my fulfillment of aspirations. That is understood. And then also the what are the human beings, the coexistence, self and bodies, their activities and responses. So responses of the self and bodies. So the body is recognizing and fulfilling, and their self also knowing and assuming, recognizing and the fulfilling. So that understood. And the madam also that story of that is the linear production process and the recycling production process I understood clearly. So if the any raw material that converts into a desired products, right? In that difference, the linear production process and recycling production process means the linear production process. Madam was told that 99% is the wastage. So that is agreed. Why? Because our country largest profit in wines. So there are done some bottles. That is the ceramic materials. Like so that ceramic materials, the linear production process there. So the recycling production process only the visiting only the Java some persons. So out of so other persons have been taking. So part is no not recycled. So that's why that is a wastage. So things the every human being effort that is the fulfilled and right understand. So that is I have understood in last classes. Thank you.
Okay, very nice. Any other participant? Yes. Yes. It is.
So I just want to share my opinion.
Yes, Avish.
Say this. If you're not able to understand one's perspective, that is the main reason. I mean, we are not looking at the other's perspective from their point of view. That is the main reason for discussion.
Yes. If I am able to see that, in fact, today we'll start with harmony in the family, and we'll try to understand these feelings of trust, respect, so that will give, I think, more clarity. But am I able to see right now that other is similar to me? Yes, I am a coexistence of self and the body. Other human being is also coexistence of self and the body. So now with this, you can say, as we start discussing, you just keep it open, and you can say answer about this particular question will be there in the session itself. Okay, session on the trust. Yes. But nice observation, Bhaiya. Yes.
Sir, I want to solely concerned about what we discussed yesterday
Yes.
in the story of stuff video.
Yes.
And we know every corporate today is trying to influence customers through different means, and they're trying to actually sell their products. And which is okay because um, this is what the business, right? But if we think that we should not get influenced, we should actually try to figure out what exactly we want, and accordingly we try to purchase things.
Yes.
Don't you think it will slow down our economy and reduce our GDP and all sort of things? It will drastically affect if everybody start doing like that or start thinking like that.
What do you think? Means, in fact, all of us can discuss this. What should be the goal of the society? That every human being, or I can say every family feels prosperous, every human being has a right understanding and right feelings, right? Every human being has right understanding and right feelings, every family feels prosperous, they are able to identify their needs correctly with right understanding and make available more than required. We want fearlessness in the society and fulfillment with the nature, fulfilling relationship with the nature. If this is, we can say, our goal as a society, as a nation. But what has happened now, we can say we are trying to set some more goals. We'll have to verify, yes, is it really required? We just, in fact, if you see last 10 years, how many products were there in the market, and today how many products are there, and really is each one of them really useful to us? Is it really required? And what is the real meaning of the word development? Development means, does it mean that now every family has a car? That is a development, or every family is living a fulfilling life? What is the development that we'll have to define? If that is defined, then you can say that's why this part, right understanding, this part is important. If this is there, then from there accordingly I will have the thought process, and accordingly these two will be reflected. We are going to discuss this part today.
I would like to add on to what Sir
Yes,
said.
yes.
Today, the basic context of industrial revolution
Mm-hmm.
came so that we could look at mechanization, which would be helpful for mankind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we've grown.
Mm-hmm.
Today, when you're talking about is it sufficient,
Mm-hmm.
we are in an economy where probably we're talking about things, or probably we're talking about double income growth.
Mm-hmm.
So what has happened is, to facilitate them, companies have started catering to it. So I think so we are a part of a growing and a developing economy. But that doesn't mean that we need to restrict. Only thing is in terms of consumption, because you cannot tell someone that you need to stop. Yesterday, Madam was saying, you remember?
Yes.
She talks about clothes. And she says, I will take a decision that I will not buy. Now this is something where It comes from the origin. But then today when we are living in a society, the society drives mankind. And I think so, a simple example is you talk about setting up a sugar plant. Now, when you know that your objective of a sugar plant is to come up with production of sugar, it would always have its side effects where you have the dry gas, you have molasses, all that comes out of it. Now, as a human being, when you're talking about value addition, how do you propagate or how do you put this in place and still say that we need to exist with the development and still see that we as human beings are a part of the intergraph or are a part of the interface. This is what we're trying to do.
Yes, yes. In fact, when you start the discussion with society, no, there maybe we can say we'll be able to have more, you can say, clarity about this. But important word here I will say is the right utilization. Whatever we are producing, are we rightly utilizing them? That is one question we can discuss. But whatever we can say now, when you start discussing about society, maybe we'll be able to have more clarity about this. In fact, today we are at first level, we are trying to explore harmony in the human being. First, let us try to understand ourselves, then harmony in the family. My living happens with my relatives, my son, my daughter, my spouse, my parents, my brother, sister, at workplace with other colleagues, my seniors, juniors. Let us try to understand harmony in the family. Then we'll go in the, we can say the bigger, we can say next scale, that is the society. And where then all these, we can say, questions about society as a nation and world we can discuss. And then we'll go for harmony in the nature. So these, all these first three are about the human beings. Then we'll go for nature. Other than the human being, as we see, for example, trees, animals, birds, we can say all these, air, water, soil is there. We'll try to discuss that harmony in the nature. And then the last one is harmony of the entire, I can say, or this exploring this existence as coexistence. Yes. Yes. So let us, for the time being, concentrate on ourselves. Yes.
My friend was pointing out that slowing down of the economy, in case if we stop or reduce our desires or want of more things, then it would reduce the production, it would slow down the economy. We agree to it. Suppose when the economy slows down, we will not have any power to buy more things, right? We will not have sufficient money. But already we have seen in yesterday's discussion that 3 times what is required for the entire world population is being produced every year. 3 times. That means we will not have any problem for food in any case. The same question came a few weeks back, that with the advent of new technology, AI and all that stuff, if everything that what we are doing now is done by machines, what do we do next? Will we idle? What do we do next? Then the question came, then someone answered, how do you think Olympics have come? And the people have nothing to do, they gathered together at one place and started playing games for 1 month or 2 months. It is one way of spending your time. Like that in future also, when there is nothing to do, see we have enough to eat, we don't have anything to do. To keep ourselves healthy, you need to work somewhere. Maybe you get into fields and do the work of field as a field labor. Or if you want to play some games, play games, socialize, do something. But you are ultimately living happily, right? You don't need money. When you see that you don't need money, you have enough food, shelter, something to do, some way to spend your time. It's good. That's how we'll see different things in the coming 10 years. Very different things.
Yes. Yes, we'll discuss this part. Yes. Any other question related to yesterday's discussion? Yes. The proposal that are we able to? I will try to explore this that I am not the body only, I am the consciousness, Chaitanya. And this body I am using as an instrument. So now let us start with session 1. I will invite Nidhi for first session. Harmony the self.
भैया हे नाही वर्क होते ऑन आहे नाही हा गेला तोपर्यंत तिथे
So welcome, Veda. What is your name? Yes.
My name is Maharani. 6.
We'll ask you some questions. We'll ask you some questions because students can give here their preconditioning are very less and they can give a very quick and a very realistic answer. If you ask this question to any 50-year sir, do you want to be happy? He will not give direct answer. He will look at me. So he will say, sir, what you are talking? Just see outside, so many problems. Is there anybody happy here? How I can be happy? I'm not getting promotion since last 5 years and you are asking me about happiness. This is how something he will not give direct answer. But we ask any child, 5, 10 years later, do you want to be happy? Very quickly answer them. They'll say, yes, I want to be happy. Because their preconditioning are very less. We have made so many assumptions. The question is very simple. Do you want to be happy? The answer is yes. But then we don't give a direct answer. So many things are done. So yes, so very nice. Yes.
मी त्यांनाच द्या
Sir, from the yesterday session, I have understood that first let us understand ourselves. That means whatever you think, what is need for me, go ahead with the right direction. Okay. At that moment, suppose maybe my consciousness is saying something I am doing with some selfishness. Is it right or wrong? It is considered as the values. That is
Thank you.
my question.
हे त्यांच्याकडे घेऊन जावं लागेल So namaste and welcome all for this first session of third day. Quickly we will have recap of what we have been discussing for last 2 days. We'll come to what point Didi has shared. We started on the first day asking ourselves, as a human being, do I want to be happy and prosperous? And I kept checking it. Because as Bhaiya said, right now I am occupied with so many things, and with that, finding answer to whether this happiness is my need or not becomes a question mark for me. Hence, in first day and on the second day also, many times we kept checking whether I want to be happy, I want to be prosperous, and do I want to have continuity of it. And we could see that बंद करा लो भैया. And we could see that for me to be happy, only having physical facility is not sufficient. For me to be happy, I want to have feeling of relationship. For me to be prosperous, I need to have physical facility. So water, when I am thirsty, I need water. And this feeling which I am expecting from others or from me, if it is ensured, if this feeling of trust is ensured in one interaction with one human being, then I am comfortable at that moment. Now, even if the person is there or not there, while I have thought about them, if my thoughts are in line with this feeling of trust, feeling of respect, then I am comfortable. Then my job is, I will go meet them and will express the feeling of trust or respect, whichever is in me. That makes me comfortable. And yesterday we started understanding our own selves, and when we came here, we were exploring this, whether two realities exists or only one is there whom I am seeing every day in mirror, or when I look at you I am seeing somebody. So is that the person is that the one whom I am seeing in the mirror is, or something else is also there? And these smaller proposals helped us to look into it, that my need is separate, body's needs are separate. My need is that I want to ensure feeling, I want to ensure happiness, and for body, time to time, requirement of physical facility is there. So this example which Bhaiya was describing yesterday, that if I come to you, very nicely you spoke to me, but did not offer me a glass of water even for some 1 or 2 hours, then the body's need is not getting fulfilled. Need of feeling is getting fulfilled because we are sharing, we are communicating. Will that be okay for us to continue? That was first question. And the second question is, if this part, this right feeling on my part is missing, and without the feeling part, if I keep on offering you one or the other physical facility, will that be comfortable for you? So two things we checked. If only need of self is fulfilled, will it be okay? If only need of body is fulfilled, will that be okay? Okay? For all of us, if only one is fulfilled? No? So we could see that these two needs are separate, and these two needs are fulfilled by separate ways, different ways. For the need of the self, which is happiness, right understanding and right feeling within me is has to be ensured. And for this need of the body, physiochemical thing is required. Need is different, method of fulfillment is different. Hence, I can logically come to this part that there are two realities. Then we went for this activity part. At this moment in time, are you all listening to the session? Those who are can raise hand. Great. In between, do you observe even if the words are coming, you are not able to get the meaning out of it, because sometimes actually I even miss listening to it. What is the reason? Some other thoughts are going on. So whether these thoughts are there in me in continuity, or while I am speaking there are no thoughts, once I stop, thoughts are starting. How is it? Is it going on in the background all the time? Whenever I speak, I take a pause, or it has some duration. For this duration it will go on, for this duration it will stop. How it is going on? Some or G. Small, for small duration you are able to observe thoughts. For other time, I may or may not be able to notice that it is going. Do you have some desire in you right now? Some desire is there? What is the desire? Anybody would like to share? If somebody has not taken food, those who are coming from some far distance, did you get the time to eat? Wait, okay. Any desire would you like to share?
Yeah.
Please.
Holiday. It's holiday for everyone.
It's holiday for everyone and I am not getting it. So I want to get holiday is one desire. Now when I asked you, you checked it and you could see that, oh, this is the desire. When we check, we are able to notice so many such desires. Okay, we are going to do that exercise. What I am trying to draw your attention to is, one or the other desire is there in me. If I notice it, I can see it. Other times, whether this desire to be happy is there in you all the time,
Yes.
but we can keep it open and check. So what we are trying to draw our attention to is, when we are talking about the activity which is happening within me, desire, thought and expectation is going on. When I check, I see it. When I do not check, it may get missed from me, but it is there. And in terms of body, if I see, we were coming here, then we sat here, in the break we will go out, have food. In terms of body, one or the other activities are going on. Bhaiya was sitting here, then he went there. This sitting here is one activity, sitting there is another activity, walking is another activity. So do you see that at the level of the body, the activities are happening time to time? Now, can you all observe it and tell me, at the level of the body, do you find any activity which is going on in continuity? Breathing? Sure? Sure?
Postures that we say.
Is continuous or we change?
It depends on the person who speaks, and otherwise, if you're restless, that's the time you move.
Okay. Anything else?
But it comes to how, otherwise you can't speak. There comes out.
Okay. Breathing is one such activity which you are saying that it is continuous. All okay? We are going to do one exercise now. Okay? You all comfortable to sit? Okay. Breathe in and hold your breath for a few moments as it is comfortable to you. Hold it, and after you are okay, you can release it. Breathe out. Again you repeat it and count the time. Till that time you can hold it. 3 times you are going to do. First time you did, second time, third time, and then you share the observations. Breathe in, hold, breathe out as comfortable to you. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. We went through how many activities? Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathing in is continuous, holding is continuous, breathing out is continuous. What we are trying to see in is at the level of the body, whatever activities are happening, they are temporary in time. At one time breathing in is happening, at other time holding took place, and if you would have observed it, for the first time holding went on for 3 seconds, 3 times. For another next time it could have increased a little, next time it could have increased a little. Breathing out also I can decide till what time I have to breathe out, complete breathe out. Breathe in also varies. This time duration is varying. Are you all able to see that at the level of the body, the activities which are taking place are changed in time? Is that okay? Okay?
When we are breathing in, holding and breathing out, we are doing it with effort. Like it's not going on as it is naturally.
Others can use.
When we are doing this exercise, it is done with effort. You are consciously making us to breathe in, hold and breathe out. But as a body activity, it goes on. Like you can't do it with effort. Without effort, we are breathing in and breathing out. So what is your point in stating this?
My point in stating this activity is so that we start being observant about body activities. Okay? Now, have you all observed while you are playing, running, or having some stress thoughts in you, your breathing pattern changes? Changes?
Yes.
That happens naturally?
Yeah.
Exactly. So what I am telling you is what is happening naturally that we are trying to observe, that it is not constant. It is changing with time. So when I am very relaxed, the way I breathe in and breathe out is different. When I am worried, stressed, or involved in some rigorous activity, naturally this breathing activity's pattern in terms of time is changing. And hence, we are bringing your attention to this point that the activity at the level of the body in time is temporary in time. Temporary in time means at one point in time it is this way, at another point in time it is in different way. Okay, and we will take its reference as we go ahead.
Madam, what you said is continuous. You did not say whether it is temporary or whether it gives you pauses. The first thing that you try defining is what is it that you do continuously. So continually is with reference to a timeline. That is what you try defining.
Okay.
So when I'm breathing, it is continuous, and there is nothing called as we stop. And similarly, when you see, that is also continuous. So I do not know where is it that you're trying, what is it that you're trying to define the process?
I am trying to bring in your attention to the activity part. Bhaiya, need a marker. This is blue. Okay. What I am trying to draw our attention to, that there is difference in the activity of cell and there is difference in the activity of the body. No activity of the body is continuous in time. When we are seeing, I am seeing towards this board. Do you see that I am having fluctuations in blinking? We are blinking. So blinking is one activity and seeing is another activity. Not one is going on continuously. Is that okay? So I am only differentiating in the activity, and it is differently going for self and it is differently going for body. This is the point. In terms of time, activities are separate and they are different in terms of time also. This continuity I am trying to bring in your attention to in terms of activity of the self. This is continuous. And for me to observe it, Bhaiya very rightly said that sometimes I am having thought and the other times not. Now start observing it. Start observing it, whether this desire, thought and expectation in me is going on in continuity or not. Please take the mic.
Desire, thought, expectation, as you said, they are continuous, but there is a variation in them. Desires are different, thoughts are different. Similarly, the breathing activity which you have stated, it also has variations. Based upon if you are running, it's different. So, what is that? The difference is that both in self as well as in body. If you are taking that way.
What Didi is trying to say is, as I separated breathing activity in 3 parts, breathe in, hold, breathe out. Similarly, there is going to be difference in my desires, there is going to be difference in my thoughts, there is going to be difference in my expectations, and these 3 are there, right? Now I am again bringing your attention to this desire of yours. Is it there?
Yes.
All the time?
Yes.
Is there any fluctuation in it?
Yes, degrees of happiness vary.
Want, I am asking. There are 2 states. One is what I want to be, and another is what I am. The fluctuations which I am seeing are at this level. Sometimes I am happy, sometimes I am not. The fluctuation is happening here. Is fluctuation happening here? Since first day when we are asking this question, is fluctuation happening here? Do I have the desire to be? I am not talking about one desire only. What I am trying to bring in your attention to is this activity in terms of having one or the another desire, and this desire prevailing of all is all the time there in you. Even if you are asleep, you wake up and somebody asks you, at this moment in time, what do you want to be? What do you think your answer would be? What do you want to be? Happy or unhappy? And this is not a part that I want to convince you. Okay, what I want to do is again and again draw your attention to your own activities. And we will see why it is needed for me to see that my own activities are continuous, but at the level of the body they are varying in time. We will come back here and check its reference. Is that okay? What we are doing is we are differentiating self and body. These 2 separate realities we are trying to check in. And this is just yesterday we have started looking at it. Earlier I may not have thought about it only. Now I am having a new proposal, and for that new proposal to check, to verify, I am having these proposals, and as the time passes, we will see what is the reference of these proposals, how we are going to take them ahead. In response, my response and body's response, are they two different things? That we will try to see now. You take your hand to any hot surface. What happens? You take your hand to any hot surface. Hot surface. What happens to hand? Burns? Who takes the decision to take it back? I am taking or body is taking? I or body?
It should be in coordination. Suppose you are keeping it there, your mind says to take it back. If you are paralyzed, you can't remove it.
True. Coordination is required, that is true. Now we will observe it. Okay. I have a very sharp needle with me, okay, and I am trying to prick in my hand surface. What will happen? It gets inside if it is sharper than this skin surface. If it is not sharper, it will just leave a mark. This much okay? Who takes the decision to allow that pin to get pricked in me? I or the body? Am I taking, we will use the term I throughout today. Am I taking the decision or the body is taking the decision? I am taking. If I go to a doctor, do I allow the doctor to get that injection in the body? I do or I do not do?
I do.
And if it is conveyed to you that this new vaccine which has been there in the market is actually going to damage your body, will I take the decision or I will not? What I am trying to tell you is, you are taking the body to the doctor, and then it is your decision to allow that injection to get in your body. This recognition and fulfillment in terms of body is very, very definite. You allowed, in front of me, that person came and took my blood samples. It was that person was preparing, I was seeing, and I knew that it is going to trouble me, it is going to hurt me, but still I kept the hand like that and allowed it to happen. And body cooperated. The other time, I'm just taking example, a very young child, if the child sees that it is going to get inside, how they would react? Cry, would take us back. So what I am trying to bring in your attention to is, every time the needle is sharp, the body will allow it to go inside, blood will come out. This is very, very definite. You take your hand to the hot surface, keep it there, it will make the burning remarks there. This response of the body is every time same. It is I who take the decision based on what I have assumed about that injection or vaccine. If I have this information and I have assumed that this is valid information, that this injection is very, very good for my health, I will allow it. If I have assumed that this injection is going to harm me, I won't be allowing it. This decision is happening here, and I am taking help of the body to execute it. The response of body is always definite. You try to put in one type of food which is suitable, body will respond it in one way. You try to put in the food with which you are allergic, the body will have that kind of response. Body's conduct is definite. It is I whose conduct keeps varying. I saw that my friend is coming. I will go and meet them. This is one type of response. For the same person, somebody else told me, oh, you are having a good friendship with that person, but whenever you are not around, the person never talks good things about you. Now, next time I see the same person, what happens? Whether my response remains the same or it changes. I will change the way. Unnecessarily, I'll go to washroom even if it is actually not needed, just to change the way. Just I change the direction. This response which I am having is dependent on the assumption which I am having at that time. But now I am asking you a question. I am that friend of yours who behaves very nicely with you at one day and keeps on shouting at with you on the other day, very nice and gentle on third day, and this keeps happening. I'm very good with you at one point in time. I'm not at all behaving good way with you at the other point in time. Will you be comfortable to stay around me? Yes, no. Yes, no. All are there. Mobiles are kept inside. All are there. Will you be comfortable with a person who is having definite conduct, or will you be with the person who is having indefinite conduct which changes every time? First or the other? Sure? Sure? Now check your yesterday's interaction throughout the day. Yesterday, day before that, 3 days, 4 days you can check. With your own family member, whether your conduct was same every time, person is same. Was it same every time or it changed? Based on the assumption I have in me. And now with this discussion, why we are trying to look at the self and body separately is, when I try to understand these two things separately, and when I see this part is already having a definite conduct. Now do you have to work here? Do you have to work here? Where I have to work? And if I am not able to understand what is happening in me, how I can ensure this, how can I ensure this? Without that clarity, will I be able to have a definite conduct? Is it possible without understanding?
The mother feeding child.
Just a minute, Bhaiya, you can take the mic. Ha, it is there, Didi. There.
Best example is self and body. The mother feeding child, that is the self related to body. That is one example of self and body.
Mother is coexistence of self and body. Child is coexistence of self and body. Mother is taking care of the body of the child out of the feeling in self for the child. This is okay. We will connect back to this example again when we are coming to feelings part. Okay? We are coming back here. We are trying to work over here, which is having indefinite conduct, and that is consciousness entity. This is material entity. Material entity, it is very gross and I am able to see to it. Consciousness entity, right now I may not be able to see. I may not be able to see where the self is there, but does that mean I am not there? In one of the workshop, one of the participant had asked, sir, I'm coming to you, Bhaiya. Sir, whether self is there or not there, I am not sure of. Then he asked, are you there? If you are there, then we can talk. If you are not there, if the only body is there, then there is no point in talking. So what I cannot see, does that mean it doesn't exist? Right? So we are trying to understand this consciousness entity. Yes, Priya.
Yeah, just now, a while back, asked a question. If your friend behaves nicely one day and does something on your back the second day, will you be behaving the same way with that guy? Right?
Will you be comfortable with that person?
Comfortable with that guy, yes. The answer from my side is yes, because it has practically happened, and it is yes. That how I take it is this separation of self and body. So the Chaitanya or self-consciousness, what you call, is same in me and you. So it is only bodily thing. What he does, even if he inflicts some injury to my body, I don't take it seriously. It is between bodies. That's how I take it. Because one example I told you, right? I was the head of the department and one guy is very nice to me. The next day, he calls a set of students and he made some hartal over me. Something like that. And those students came, some other came to me and told he's the one behind this hartal. I didn't feel anything bad about that. Next day I was the same to him. I did not have any negative feelings.
Very nice.
It always need not be negative. Even today, it has happened some 7-8 years back. Even today, my friend, I treat him like a friend. I never told him that. I never questioned him that is he the person? Are you the person behind this? I never questioned him. He did not tell me
Justify.
about that any time. We did not discuss it.
So it is very nice if it is already there. But for me, I am able to see that this definite conduct is not there and I have to work. And hence, we all are checking it for ourselves. Do we want to ensure definite conduct, or for us it is okay to have indefinite conduct? For me, if it is already definite, great. For me, if it is not, the way is possible. Ji bhaiya, just a moment. Yes. Huh.
One example for self-intent continuous. For body, we understood it is temporary means some activity. But self, for example, intent.
While you ask this question to me, did you prepare it in yourself first? Prepare? Will it happen without you having thoughts about it? No? Now, while I said something, you grasped it, and after some time also you will keep processing it. Does that happen? And it might happen that for me it happens. I would ask you a question, you would answer it, I would hear it, and after some time, half an hour of time, when I pay attention to it, when I churn over it, I understand it. Till that time, whether my thoughts are stopped, or I am not able to observe it, are 2 points we are going to discuss now. Okay? Continuous means it is always there. But now the point is, even if it is there, am I able to notice it? What happens is, if I am not able to notice it, I will feel that it is not there. When I pay attention to it, when I see it, then I find it. So does that mean the gap is there in the thought, or gap is there in me noticing it? But we will do it throughout today to confirm it again and again. Okay? We are talking about activities of self. I am there and body is also there. Are we seeing this too now? I am also there and body is also there. And between me and body, this information exchange is happening. between me and body, this information exchange is happening. I read sensations from the body. You are sitting over here, okay? You are sitting in one posture. Do you feel there is some sensation in your leg? Then what decision you take? Change the posture. You read the sensation that this position is now no more comfortable, and you took the decision, instructed the body to change the position. If at all, it would have been told you on the first day that you have to sit like this in one posture the whole day, what you would have done?
Retaliated.
But for initial some time, you could have thought, okay, because they are saying it to us, we need to continue in this posture. I still carry on with my decision. Have you observed that while we are conducting the classes, sometimes we get the sensation of the hunger? Happens while the class is going on. Do you abruptly end the class and go eat? Or you complete the class and then go eat? Happens? Who takes the decision? I am taking the decision, and with the body I am executing it. So this sensation and instruction is in set of information is taking place between me and the body. Now we are going to talk about self, that is me, I, and my own activities, their desire, thought and expectation, and together these activities are named as imagination. I am there. These activities in terms of desire, thought and expectations are running in me, and together it is called as imagination. Is this okay? Okay? What changed now? I am there, body is there. Whatever is happening in terms of desire, thought and expectations in me, I am expressing it outside in terms of behavior and work with other human beings and rest of the nature. I asked this question to Bhaiya. When he posed the question, that question got framed in me first and then I expressed it. This happens. Now you recall any interaction, okay, or you recall any work which you are going to do. Now you have decided that you would be sitting over here. That desire to go and attend this workshop because college has said it, or because I want to understand, or because I have the curiosity to know what is happening, is that all in you first and then you came here and sat here? Without you having this desire, will it get executed at the level of the body? Will it get executed outside in your behavior and work without it is there in you? No? Now my next question is, whatever all which is going on in you here, whether that everything gets expressed here and here?
Yes.
All of it as it is? Or we have filters? Filters? So not everything which is happening in me gets expressed over here. Can I give you an example? How many of us see movies? We all? Do we relate with them? While seeing it, do we relate with them? When the hero is suffering because of the villain's action, what happens? What happens in me?
We empathize.
We empathize, okay? Imagine, okay? Uncomfortable, okay? What action you would like to take against that villain now? Huh? Violence? Great. Great. Do we actually execute that action? My father had been telling me in one of the World Cup match when it was at its peak, and there was another country with us, and he said when we won, there was one type of reaction from all, and when we lost it, people uh, uh, broke their television sets also. Happens? Happens? Whether it happens with every household? No? So do we put filters? One of my senior most faculty or my higher authorities said some words to me which I did not like. What happens within me? Uncomfort, then frustration, anger. Okay, do you express anger in front of them? No? Where it comes out? Now with that state, when you are stressed, worried, angry about the workplace, you come home and now the child comes running towards you. What happens? That frustration we take out where? On the child. Who is taking the decision when to express it, when not to express it? Who takes the decision? Am I taking the decision or body is taking the decision? I am taking. So whatever is happening in me gets expressed in terms of behavior and work outside. Behavior with other human beings, work with rest of the nature. Work, cooking is the work we do with rest of the nature. Cleaning is the work we do with rest of the nature. Behavior is the kind of words I say to you, behave with you, interact with you, is the behavior part. Not all which is there in my imagination gets expressed here. Many things get filtered and then come out. Is this much okay? This much okay? Now we are going to elaborate these activities. Desire, thought, and expectation. Desire is what I want to be within. Okay? Thought is how I go about it, how to fulfill the desire or expectation. And expectation is what I want to get from outside or what I want to do outside. There are these activities, desire, thought, and expectation, and this is its meaning. To put an example, I have this desire to own a house. I have this desire to own a house, and after I have this desire, I have many thoughts related to it. Where I am going to get my house, do I have sufficient money or I am going to apply for bank loan, whether my college will help me get a loan or do I have to apply for personal loan, home loan, which branch would be near to me where I can go and inquire about it, how should I go ahead with fulfillment of this desire to own a house, how to go about it, how to fulfill the desire is the thought. And do you see now that I have this one desire and corresponding to it, there are many thoughts about fulfillment of that desire. Okay, this much? Now, when I go to this expectation level, What I want to get from outside is, when I apply for the bank loan, I expect that the bank would approve it. When I apply for the leave in my college, because I have to go in the bank and do all the processing of sanctioning it, college would be giving me this leave. What I am wanting to do outside is, I will fill in the details now. Okay, so let me choose this day. On this day I will go. I have applied for leave. Let me see if I am getting the leave. If I get the leave, I will go there. I have this desire to own a house. How to go about it is my thought. And in this, outside getting or doing, what I have to do, what I will get, is all my expectation happening. Is this much okay? Now we are coming to these activities. I have this desire to own a house. Now this is our observation. Let us start looking at it. I have this desire to own a house. If we want, we can close our eyes, or else like that also you can observe. I have this desire to own a house. This image of the house is coming in my mind. A picture of it. I want to buy a bike. That image of the bike is coming up. I want to buy a car. That image of the car is coming up in me. That activity with the power of desire is there in terms of imaging. Now when I go here in terms of thought, I am analyzing. This area is better, or I have to go with that particular area, or I will be going with the area which is near to my college premises, so that I have to travel less. I am analyzing and I am comparing. We analyze and compare various options. I chose this one option, that I am going to buy a house near my college premises. I am analyzing it. Oh, then for me, there will be very less travel. But then, oh, the guests who are going to come to my place, or my parents who are going to visit me, for them it will be very far away from the station, railway station or airport or bus stand. This analysis of various options I have, this activity of analyzing and comparing is taking place. Now I came here, I said I am selecting this option. This option I am selecting, that even if every day I have to travel more, that is fine. I will go with the house which is in the city. And for that, this tasting was the base. How? I imagined it. Okay, that picture of the house, I went through various options, analyzed it, compared it, and selected this option based on this taste, that when I am in the city, I am getting many more options for entertainment, for enjoyment. My kids will be getting a good school around. My wife will also have to travel less. My husband will also have to travel less. With all of those likings about the options which I am getting in the city, I selected one place. This is the final selection I did. This is how the desire to own a house got analyzed and came to this selection, and this whole thing happened in me. Did you use any body part to go through this activity? Or it took place in you? While I was describing about it, many of you were sitting in one posture and you maintained it throughout my description. Did you change anything at the body level? But you are still listening. You were still processing it, where it took place, in me or in the body. Now, we are understanding these activities, so that I become aware about my own imagination. My own imagination. Now, what is the purpose of me checking all these activities? What do you think? Why are we going through this? We have studied science. We studied our body science. We studied it. We understood how the activity of digestion takes place. We know it. How it takes place. How it takes place. You will have to long press it, Didi.
All this process is the second thing. Like the first thing is the body which goes and sees all the houses. If you want to have one house, you have to select. You need body there. And this process is the next stage where self is involved. There is absolutely these two should be there. It has to go on.
Right. Now my question is, when you went there in one premises where the buildings are going to get constructed and you saw it, this decision that I have to go there happened first, or you actually went there, that happened first?
It can be vice versa as well. You are on your way home, you happen to see that, you can stop there.
Great. We are going to talk about this input very soon. For most of my desires, we are going to talk about this source when I see what happens. I am now taking the reference of otherwise what happens. Whether this decision takes place in me and then I go and execute it, or I execute it first and then the decision happens. How it happens? First decision, then execution, or execution first? Decision first? Okay. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of me analyzing it? And hence I pose that question of, did we understand this process of digestion for our body? Somewhere it was there in our study. What was the purpose of it? Why did we study it? What is the purpose of digestion? What is this process all about? Huh? Bring energy. Provide nourishment to the body and bring energy for me to work. Is this okay? Now when I understand this process,
the imagination is more important than knowledge.
okay, we'll come to this question towards end of it. Now my question is, why are we understanding the activities at the level of the body in our studies? We understood digestion, we understood respiration, okay? This processes we understood so that we understand the purpose of it and fulfill it properly. When I understand that process of digestion begins in the mouth itself. So now am I going to be more responsible towards how I am chewing the food?
Yes.
So for me, the purpose is to do that activity properly. Okay? I gave this reference of digestion. With that, I am trying to bring in your attention. When I understand one activity, the process behind it, I will be able to do it properly. This is okay? Now I am coming towards my own self. My purpose of looking at all these activities is so that I start paying attention to it, and so that all the desires, all the thoughts and all the expectations which are going on in me should be such that with it I should be comfortable. In one of the workshops, when Sir went, he had shared this incident with us. And it was a family workshop. And he asked one of the persons, what is your desire? The person said, see sir, I want to be a wealthiest person of this town or this village. He said, great. And he said, I have one more desire, that I want to attain moksha after my death. Did you understand the two desires? I want to be the wealthy person and I want to attain moksha after death. While I am living, I want to be wealthy. After death, I want to attain moksha. Now, if I keep working on these two desires without understanding it, what will happen? What will happen? What is the problem? Huh? Never? Please take mic. It is okay.
Never reaching his desire.
Never reaches desire, but keep working for the whole life. No? Bhaiya has different point.
Actually, both are not contradictory, man, because if he is wealthy and if he becomes philanthropist, he can achieve both. For example, Mr. Sonu Sood is a wealthy person and he is a philanthropist, so he can achieve moksha also. So both are not contradictory.
I am not saying it is contradictory.
No, that's very easy.
Sometimes we don't need to understand the entire process. Suppose I went to doctor, I said, I want to get rid of this disease. He gives me some medicine. I simply blindly give them. Whether I know what the drug inside is, how it works on my organs, knowing that or not knowing how it works, we have both got the same impact.
Great. Great. So Bhaiya is saying it is not needed to understand all the processes. My question is it needed to understand at least important processes which I am going through every day? Okay? And now, if we see that with this process of self-exploration, if I start looking at my own self and have more harmony, more comfort in my living, I should continue with it. If it is troubling me, I should leave it. Is that okay? I will leave if it is troubling me. Okay? But we are going through this process to bring in our attention to our own state of being. My own state of being. Sometimes it so happens that I would come to you and would keep on scolding you. And later I come to you and say, sorry Didi, actually I didn't mean it. I actually was not going to share these all things with you, but it happened. Now the interaction which earlier happened between me and her, was it comfortable for her? She can check, I can't. If like it is Bhaiya, he would be okay with it. Didi would tell me her state. But for me, whether it was comfortable or not comfortable, can I check that? So when it happened, I was also very frustrated, stressed. And second time when I went to her, I also was feeling very guilty. Both the times, am I comfortable, not comfortable? This verification I only will be able to do. Okay? And we are doing this verification. We are trying to put in our effort in understanding what is happening in me, and with this now I am trying to find it from where this desire got motivated. I want to own my house. From where this desire came in me. These three sources we are going to talk about, and the very first source of it is preconditioning. Each one of us can recall it Whether since our childhood, our parents told us that you have to study well. They told us. For some of us, our parents must have told some of us that you have to come first in the class. For how many it was the case? Can raise hand? She can also answer. Do your parents tell you that you have to come first in the class? Or do well in the class? Huh? Yes or no, if you are comfortable. It is okay. It is okay. For how many of us, our parents kept telling that I have to come first in the class? For some of us, it was there. My parents kept telling me this 10 times every day. My friends also told me the same thing. My teachers also kept me telling the same thing. Do you now see the difference in earlier how you wanted to participate in class and now how you want to go ahead? Earlier, I may not have paid attention to it that I have to come first. But my parents kept bombarding it. You have to come first. You have to come first. Now I feel, oh, okay, I have to come first. Okay? You have something?
Actually, my parents didn't bother me about my first rank. Actually, they wanted me to study well, only study well, and whatever you want to do, do it. But do with some discipline, some with some moral values. That only they have taught me, nothing else.
Great. Great. Anybody else? And hence I said for some of us. Not all parents would keep forcing us, but we have seen many parents keep on telling the child that you have to do this. Not only first, do this. The child is actually not aware about the things, but because parents keep telling that, then the child picks up the desire and considers it as my own. One example. The example which I gave you yesterday about my colleague telling me to buy a car because I have got some experience and it doesn't look good for me to come down from auto rickshaw. Instead, it would be good if I get down from the car. Is this desire my own desire or somebody else formed it in me? So when my desire is getting originated from somebody else, a group of people, or it could be advertisements, it could be social media, and this same example of me wanting to own a house has been preconditioned in me from my parents. My father-in-law kept telling us, I am alive till that you should have your own house. And for 2-3 years, he continuously kept telling us that you go search your house, go search. Every Saturday and Sunday, you go out, see locations, see which location is comfortable, at least start understanding what are the rates going on. And we went through this process for 2-3 years. Who instilled that desire in me? My family. Okay? So when the desire is getting motivated by outside, a person or an advertisement or any source, that is getting originated from preconditioning. In one of the workshop, we were asking students about aspirations. What is your aspiration? So one of the students said, I want to build a 4-storied house. So we said, okay, good. Why 4 only? You can go for 5, you can go for 6. So he said, no, ma'am, I am very fixed. I want to have 4-storied building. So we asked why, what is the reason? So he said, since my childhood, my parents have been telling us that your uncle, Chacha, he has built a 3-storied house, and in our lifetime, we have to go one step ahead of what they did. So now for us, it is fixed that we have to go for 4-storied house. But that desire is there. What is the source of that desire getting formed in me? My family. So when the desire is coming from any source which is outside of me, That is called as preconditioning. Now Didi was referring to this. Didi was saying that it is not necessary. Bhaiya, charging. Didi was telling, actually I did not wanted to buy a house. But when I passed from a place, I saw a very good location and my advertisement said that you will be getting 30 plus amenities here and the location is also very nice. Just looking at that site, I felt that I want to buy a house. Now from where this desire is getting coming? The source is, I am writing name here. On what basis we decide the food which we want to eat in the restaurant? Taste. What else? If you are new to that place, then what my daughter does, you know, if that is a new place, she would keep roaming here and there and see what other people are eating. And then she will want to copy the same thing. The input is I decided to listen one song one day. And I kept on asking myself, why only this song I am picking up or I am listening. Then I recalled it somewhere while I was traveling. Somebody was playing reels, those short videos, and in that song I heard. And from getting the input from that few seconds of input, I went to YouTube, I searched for those words, lyrics, and I was playing that song. What is the input? Five we are having. I want to buy a same perfume which Didi is using because when I went to her, it smelled very nice. And I picked it up and then I asked her, from where did you buy it? She gave me the source, I went there and got the perfume. So the desire is to buy that particular perfume, originated with five senses. Five senses, can you?
There is something beyond that also.
Huh.
Sometimes you were saying about humming a song. Even our brain can decode radio waves. Happens so that what is currently playing in a radio,
Your brain can also read it. It happens.
Great.
I have experienced it several times.
To begin with, I will go from here and then someday I'll go there. Is that okay to start from here? The input which motivated the desire in me is this sensation part. Are we all okay to see those two examples? Now my desire is same. I want to buy a house. I want to have my own house. For one person, it is motivated because parents, friends, relatives have been kept telling them. For me, it is because I saw one beautiful picture of the house and now I have this desire that I also want to have the same house like that picture. Two sources. And the third source is self-verification on the basis of natural acceptance. This is the third source of motivation of my desire. Now, the same desire I will continue with. I want to buy my own house. When I asked myself why, the reason came out is, I have got job in this place and I am thinking that I should also bring my family because this is the nice environment and we would like to stay here. A very good institute, promising institute, good students are there. The staff is also good. I experienced it and after a month or 2 months time, I thought, why can't I get settled here? So now I am thinking to buy a house here and the purpose of me buying houses so that me and my family is safe, we are protected. Do you see the processing behind this desire? Do you see what is the source which is motivating this desire? My own natural acceptance for now at any point in time you ask yourself, do you want to protect your family or harm your family? Natural acceptance, just with the thought of I want to protect the family, how do you feel? Comfortable, uncomfortable? Comfortable, uncomfortable? Now that is the source of me motivating to have this desire to buy my own house. We are talking about these three sources of imagination so that we understand what happens in the background when I see one desire. Can you give me some desires now? Can we list them together? We are going to do this activity in detail in the afternoon, but enough here. Okay. I'll write few of the desires as you say, and we will see what is the source which is motivating it. Anybody, any desire? I want to get name, fame, that is what you are saying? Huh. I did not understand the desire. Can you elaborate it? Recognition in the society? Is this what you
means name.
You want to become popular.
okay? Any other desire? We'll take 3. Okay. Okay.
Power, madam.
We will do this activity in detail in afternoon. Okay? Right now we are taking this 3 and we are trying to find out what is the source of this desire, and 3 sources I will write: preconditioning, sensation and natural acceptance. Now I will ask Bhaiya, who said recognition, power? Somebody said power. Power? Name? Okay. Why do you want it? Okay. You are having those thoughts. Okay. Why? Because my friends told me, see, if you want to do something, no, at this post you can't do anything. If you get power, if you get post, if you get recognition in the society, then people will start listening to you. Who told me? Friends. Who keeps telling me about it? My family members, my friends, my relatives. And it is also, shared with me in my school time also. The one who is at the higher position would be able to take decisions, and if you reach there, then you would be able to do good. This is what I have been hearing it, and hence this desire is getting motivated from a preconditioning, a belief which got formed in me over the period of time. Okay? Why do I want to have money?
Ma'am, because most of the problem solution lies with mind.
Okay. Okay. What is your name, Bhaiya?
Nagendra Prasad.
I I'll just write N here, okay? With Bhaiya's input for this desire, I am saying preconditioning, because I assume that with money, everything will get resolved. Huh.
Sure. Why not sensation be one cause? See, I have been living amongst the people who are highly famous in the society by daily living with them and observing them. Maybe there is a sensory input that I start to become one among them.
I am again writing N for your name, Bhaiya, and I am putting tick mark over here. Bhaiya, what is your name? P. I'll just write P here. What I am trying to put in is, draw our attention to is, I have one desire and Didi also has got the same desire, but the source motivating her and the source motivating me are two different things. You have been living in such society where this is motivating you. For Bhaiya, right now he may not be able to, but this is what he has heard, that if you are around such people, if you are at such post, this will happen to you. Different? Here also we are coming. Didi said something about money. You were saying something for money? Fulfillment, something you said? Fulfillment of physical facility. What is the purpose of fulfilling the need of the physical facility? What after that you want to get? Comfort? Okay. What else? Now there are two words I am using. Comfort and pleasure.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. If it is pleasure, your name starts with M, no?
Yes.
S, sorry.
If we think about power, can it be natural acceptance? Because
Sure, you can describe it. Why?
power is something everyone needs, irrespective of time, space, and person.
Now. We will not say everybody, we will ask ourselves why I need it.
Same thing with
It didn't take mic. I need power, why? With that, what I want to do? What I want to do? I can serve the society, I can do good for others. Now helping others, doing good for others, is it naturally acceptable? Makes you comfortable? If that is, Bhaiya, what's your name? G? L, sorry. One desire, getting sourced from 3 different sources for different people. So this desire to be in power would be there in each one, as Bhaiya says. But the purpose behind it is different. I want to be a powerful person, as Bhaiya said, because I am living around such people and I see what nice benefits they are getting. And I am, going to get a stay in a very nice place. I'll be getting good food to eat. I'll be able to travel very comfortably. This all is the source of sensation input for me. For somebody else it is different, for somebody else it is different, and hence we are going to spend some time over doing this activity for our own self to see most of my desires which I have are getting sourced from which source. Okay, we will come to it again. Now we are coming to this desire. Why do I want to ensure peace?
To take care of the family.
Happy? Ji. Bhaiya, please take mic. Somebody pass mic, please.
Madam, I want piece of Pak occupied Kashmir.
Peace?
Pak occupied Kashmir. That piece I want.
Sir, that piece is PIECE, sir.
That is the piece I want.
Sir, we are not talking about
Okay.
words.
Okay. You want Kashmir to be part of your country? Kashmir to be your part of country? Why? Why? Why?
It is our right medicine. It is ours.
Okay. If you are given your right, okay, if it is part of your country, what after that?
Then we can maintain peace. Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
This maybe comes from the precondition also, madam. Because of the most of the same sex
Are
they are addressing the people, what is the ultimate goal of our birth, what is this?
so preaching is the preconditioning you are saying without I verify. Okay, great. Okay, for Bhaiya, if he is seeing it like this, that piece of land, if it becomes our own, then our country people will be benefited, or for us it will be easier to go to Kashmir every year, and we will be safe when we go and stay there. Okay, if those are such inputs, then this is governing. And this right thing which I am talking about is also a preconditioning, but we will check it later. Okay, this much is okay. So we went through the three sources of motivation for our imagination, and we could see its implication. Okay.
Yes. So now, break.
Announce kar.
So now,
Madam, money is also naturally acceptable.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because without money, even we can't drink water also here. Water package.
भैया can I add one more? आणि तुम्ही ऍड करा का पाहिजे तर की मनीचं काय पर्पज आहे. भैया is addressing it.
Hello. Then you will have to look what is the purpose, why I really want the money. If I want money so that I can buy the physical facilities for my family members, because that is the need of the body, I have the natural acceptance to protect body of my relatives. So if I think that I need money to buy all these, for example, grocery, home, etc., for my family members, I want the natural acceptance. So you can say, so that you can say, the source is natural acceptance. If I think that money will give me the respect, if I got lot of money, I will get the respect in the society. That is some precondition. Yes.
The selfish body to enter on the earth in a hospital, the mother needs money.
Yes.
Without money,
Yes.
the selfish body cannot enter onto the earth.
And if I think that I need the money so that I can enjoy the life, I can go for trips, I can go for movies, okay? In that case, means now source is sensation. Okay. So now I need the money, yes, but then I have a desire to earn a lot of money, but I have to check what is the purpose. If I am assuming that a lot of money will give me the respect, or for example, many times I think that if I got the high-end car, I will get the respect. If I have got the costliest car among my friends, I will get the respect. I can just check. Am I giving somebody the respect because he is having the car, a costly car? By giving the respect, am I looking at his car or am I looking at the person? Am I respecting my uncle? He may not be having the car. So we have to verify this. What is the purpose behind? As far as money is concerned, yes. For this body, I want to protect the body, I want to nurture the body, I want to rightly utilize the body. So I need all these material things for that.
I need food, I need car, I need home, I need, for example, these gadgets. And for all these, I require the money. But the question is, do I require unlimited money? Do I require unlimited all these material things? And just by having the money, can I have the fulfilling life? Only money is only sufficient or something else is required? So I have to think about both, and I will have to have two programs. One is for body and second is for the self. Right now, most of my attention is only for body, how to fulfill the needs of the body. So now, I think we'll have the break, and after the break, we'll continue the research.
भैया अर्धा